Hey everyone, so all the parts came in now, so I'm gonna start putting the car back together. Did some degreaser, got the inside looking like metal instead of straight up grease. Got the old cleaned up in here a little bit. It's not perfect, but it'll work. So now we're getting the new slave cylinder in. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna take off this bleeder, right, which is which you would have to get under the car and have like some complicated thing to get it to work. We're going to use a remote bleeder. So what this does is it puts the bleeder up in the engine bay. Oh, it's got some stuff in there. So that will let us bleed it from the engine bay, which will make it a heck of a lot easier than whatever crap GM came up with. Just make sure it's tight. All right, and then this will connect to the bleeder. So alright, and this one goes inside and connects there, like so. And I'll just use a special tool. I like this one because it goes around more than just an open wrench, which makes it significantly less likely for you to strip the bolt. So, and this will attach to the quick disconnect over here, which is for the which the clutch line has. So if you have to take off the transmission, you can do that. There we go. And that's it. So this part is pretty straightforward. So after we put this on, we're gonna have to measure it after we put the clutch on to make sure that the gap between this all the way down versus the clutch springs have the proper gap in order to make sure that the cylinder doesn't wear out faster. So there's instructions for that in there as well. So there you go. New slave cylinder is installed with the remote bleeder. So once we get this into the car, we'll route this up next to the line, and then we just crack this open to bleed it, which again is superior in every way to the way it was there. Yeah. The other thing I just want to point out, and huge shout out to Wretched Motorsports. So they got me all new bolts for the subframe. These are not torque to yield, so these are reusable bolts. These are nice, and what I love is that it has the torque specs right on the back. Look at that. Use blue Loctite, torque to 52 foot-pounds. Like this is brilliant. I love this. So yeah, good stuff. All right, so yeah, so tonight we're gonna put on the clutch. We still have to get the pilot bearing out. Man, this is a big mess. But we still got to get the pilot bearing out, and this tool that I rented turns out to be too big for this. So this is the thing. It doesn't fit. So yeah, so I'll have to return it and get the proper tool for that. But yeah, so I got to get that bearing out. It looks like it might give us a little bit of trouble, but hopefully not too bad. Yeah, so progress. So we're gonna get the pilot bearing off. So I rented this tool that will help with our needs. So, all right, so let's see how this works. So we put it in there. So I rented another one, and that one didn't fit. This pilot bearing was too big. So this one, so I took the new one to the store to see if I can test it out first, and this one fits perfectly. So, all right, so let's see how this works. All right, so so, what, do you just tighten this bolt? There we go. Alright. So, you just pull. I'm gonna get a wrench. Fun little tip if you get the transmission out. Actually put the light right where you're, right in the transmission hole. Okay, couldn't find an open wrench, so let's use this guy. All right. Okay. All right, so yeah, like, well, definitely can't reuse that. Okay, yeah, so there's something. Okay, so now it's all the way in. So now it's like really tight. This can. Yeah. I don't think that's reusable. Yeah. Anyway, finally got it out. I think the problem is that these teeth they're too shallow and it slips off. That was my problem. So I used a Dremel tool to make it a little bit better. Don't tell them when I return it, but it'll help the next person for sure. Yeah, so that's gone. New pilot bearing, nice and shiny and new. The clutch alignment tool. And yeah, I got everything installed, everything bled, everything there. So I'm just gonna take a drill bit and a little brush on a drill bit and clean out all of the holes for the bushings, make sure they're nice and smooth, and then get everything on there. So Yeah.